And now, MMOHuts.com and OddRPG.com proudly present literally the worst podcast ever, featuring Bottom Tier. Welcome everybody to Literally the Worst Podcast Ever. Episode 3 is finally upon us.
It's taken us what feels like a nightmarish eternity, but we are back.
We're back doing a podcast. We're here, we're making it, we're doing it real big.
We're filling time until we figure out what we talk about.
That's not true. We actually have a lot we're going to talk about today. Jason just got back from PAX.
Just this past Monday I returned from a 5-day bender in Seattle.
Yes, a binge drinking marathon / video game expo.
I wouldn't call it binge drinking.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you wouldn't call it a video game expo.
No,
it's mostly just binge drinking.
Mostly just creating my burgeoning alcohol dependency.
So,
no, actually, I didn't drink all that much, to be totally honest.
But you did have a good time.
I did. I had a blast. It's so tiring.
Go ahead.
Like, a lot of people think, like, going to these events is, it's just a fun vacation where you just dick around and play video games. I spent maybe a tenth of my time actually playing video games. I don't have time for that. I got too much work to do. Like, we set appointments and we meet people, we go to secret meetings in dimly lit rooms in hotels.
You suck dicks and kiss babies, basically.
Metaphorically speaking, sure, why not?
Maybe not at the same time. That's weird. But,
I saw a lot of the things I saw that I thought were going to be terrible were actually not terrible.
Yeah? Like,
it genuinely surprised me. I thought it was going to be... There were games I played where I saw I was going to play. I was like, oh, that's going to be butt cheeks. Why are you making me do this?
And then you remembered that Darren is a spiteful individual.
And then I understood why he would have me do this.
What was your standout? What was your favorite thing from the show?
One
favorite thing.
Final Fantasy 15, no question.
Yeah? Are you still super mega hyped for that?
I am. Like, there were people that were butthurt that it got pushed back, but it was for a good reason. I would rather Square Enix push the game back and make sure it's as perfect as it can be than rush it out the door to meet some arbitrary deadline.
Yeah. Well, and they really, the fate of this franchise is kind of riding on this game.
I think they could still keep it afloat with 14, but yeah, like the...
No, I mean the mainline console RPG Final Fantasy series... I don't think fate is really kind of like its fate as far as making new games moving forward. If this game bombs like 13 did, people are kind of gonna like give up on it.
Now, I'm gonna have to disagree with you because I don't think 13 was bad. The same complaint people had about 13 was the same complaint they had for 10, and fuck you, linear happens.
But it's not. It's just like I don't think it. And I'll have to look at the numbers.
Did you play 13?
No, but I don't think it did as well financially. Like, commercially, I don't think it was received well.
Now, I think 13.2 and 13.3 were absolute ass. I feel like they had a good thing with 13 and they pushed it way too far. Way too far. Like, the combat system with 13 was great with the, switching the teams, like the team types in combat, depending on what you need. I liked that. I liked most of the characters, not all of them. And it was admittedly incredibly linear until like the last 2 chapters of the game.
Yeah.
But if they would have never made 13.2 and 13.3, I'd have had no complaints.
Yeah.
Maybe they could have made 13 a little longer and covered all the plot points they wanted to cover in 1 instead of making 2 and 3.
Yeah, but then how would they set a trend that would be followed by the film industry as well, with splitting things that are easily covered in 1 film into 4 or 5 films?
But I don't think 13 was terrible. I don't think it's on the level of, say, and I hate to say this because it's not my favorite. It's not on 7's level. It's definitely not on 10's level.
Yeah, well, no, it's absolutely not, but...
The characters, and too many of the characters were not memorable.
And I want to compare those two figures real quick.
Did you just go look them up?
I did. I looked up the sales for Final Fantasy 13. And I'm gonna just use the remaster. I'm just gonna use the remaster.
The remaster for what?
For 10.
Oh, okay. Oh, the like PS4 one?
Yeah.
PS4/Steam/whatever.
I'm gonna try to find it. You have... And this is just a rough figure. So Final Fantasy 13, this is an actual figure, did 5.3 million copies.
Okay. That's a lot of copies.
That is a lot of copies. It might be $5.3 million. Let me look again.
Or units.
Yeah, units.
It's probably units. Let's just compare number to number.
The remaster, 221,000 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20 weeks. So if the chart I'm looking at is to be correct, and this is only counting for the Steam version of the game, you got 221,000, let's say 220,000 for a rough average, over 1, 2, 3, 4, how many weeks is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 22 weeks? Just the Steam version of the remaster did 4,800,000
Oh,
copies.
Jesus, and that's not counting the PS4 one, the PS Vita one,
so when I say
original release.
So when I say that commercially there's no way 13 compares to any other game in the series, then The Rock means there's no way that Final Fantasy 13 compares.
Like, by the numbers, I can't argue that. My main qualm with 13 was a gorgeous game. Oh my god, that game was so pretty. But most, like, half the main cast, I didn't care about them. I cared about Saz, the black dude, with the chocobo.
In his afro?
He had, like, a legit fucking depressing story. And I understood why he was, and it made sense. I liked it. They didn't do that with the whole cast. They said, we're gonna take a pretty girl with pink hair, an edgy dude who likes to punch things with a famous voice actor.
Yeah.
And we're gonna make shit happen. And it didn't happen.
No. But what I mean to say is, like, they're gonna think twice about pushing forward with the series if 15 bombs.
I can agree with that, but I don't think it'll kill the series.
But I think it'll definitely put it in its death throes.
Yeah, like,
which is something it's been threatening to do since Final Fantasy 12. So, like,
if they would have, as far as 12 goes, I'm gonna say this and we're gonna move on.
Okay.
If they would have given America the
Japanese license system.
No. The international edition instead of the bullshit they gave us.
Yeah.
Because the international edition is really good, and people are gonna see that when the remake comes out, because it's gonna be the international edition.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so much better.
It makes more sense.
It's not, here's a big license system, go fuck yourself.
But Final Fantasy 15 is basically like, it plays like Kingdom Hearts, which has me super duper excited for it.
It does. It has a very action RPG feel.
If the story is good, it's going to be an amazing game. I'm very excited about it.
Every character has a viable reason for being where they are and doing what they do. Like, sure, the dudes look like they dress out of GQ, and they're, like, super handsome, and, like, they're all ripped. Like, every one of them is ripped. And they're all really cool sounding.
Well, it's basically like the Beatles, the video game.
Yeah, they're kind of like the Beatles, only they don't play music. They beat people up.
Yeah, so
they're
like
the Beat-Alls.
There we go. I was
they're the Beat-Alls.
Just about to draw that line of comparison, but
each character has a unique personality, and they fit a role on the team, and they're not always friends. They're not always buddy-buddy. They could be, like, snarky or snide, and it's just... Oh, it's so good. I'm glad they decided to push it back to make sure it's perfect. But TLDR, Final Fantasy 15 was my favorite thing that I saw the whole time. There are some runner-ups, but that was my favorite.
Cool. So PAX was kind of a big deal. We did a lot of work. I know I edited a ton of videos.
Lots of amazing cosplayers, lots of cool games.
You can check out all of our PAX PAX West 2016 coverage over at youtube.com/MMOHuts.
You can.
I'd encourage you to go check that out.
Maybe we'll put a little link in the little annotation in the video.
There'll be a link in the description that'll take you right over there, and you guys.
Future Colton, edit that in, please.
Yeah, future Colton, put that in. So, with that notwithstanding, we are home. You're home. I didn't go anywhere except school.
Yeah, you went to school.
I went to school. I don't want to talk. Well, let me say how I feel about my math class. It is a math class. I went.
It has numbers and letters.
Much like there are a few common threads between Jason's PAX experience and my math class.
Wow, really?
Yeah, actually. I saw some new stuff I wasn't entirely familiar with. Some stuff I wasn't sure why I was being made to do. And then we all drank until we couldn't see straight. So, like, there really were
So, yeah,
it was like I was at PAX. It's like I didn't miss anything.
The only thing you missed was the tank crushing a drum set and a desk.
Okay, well, I wish I could have... I mean, maybe if I hang out in the commons long enough, that'll happen. Like, who knows?
At the end of the
This is Northern
podcast,
Virginia. There's no say.
Yeah, at the end of the podcast, I'll tell that story because it's definitely worth telling.
Well, actually, we'll go ahead and tell it.
Go ahead and tell. Okay. Part of PAX as press is you get invited to a lot of parties, and I skipped most of them because I had work to do, and I was so exhausted. And I'm not really a big party guy. There's some I wish I'd gone to, but anyway, the big one I went to was for Wargaming. You know, the makers of World of Tanks, World of etc.
Yeah, I love World of etc. That's my favorite one they've done.
It is. Yeah. It is pretty fantastic.
Mahogany desk OP, please nerf. All right, but anyway, moving on.
They had a big party. It was an outdoor party.
Ooh, sexy.
And they had 2 tanks.
Because why not?
And one of the tanks just sat there. It's like, hey, or maybe that was a Jeep. It was really drunk that night.
It was a vehicle.
Yeah, it was definitely a vehicle, but they also had a Russian military tank. And they ran over 83 snow globes with it.
Of course they did.
They ran over like a desk, a drum kit, the full drum kit, mind.
Yeah, that makes me sad. As a musician, that hurts my feelings, but as a person, I have to wonder where one gets 83 snow globes.
And they had these 2 food trucks.
Yeah.
One was the People's Burger.
Yeah.
And the other was Hot Revolution Donuts.
Did you have a People's Burger?
You bet your ass I did. I was one of the last people to get one.
Did it come with People's Fries?
It did. They were very good.
The People's Republic of French Fry?
They managed to find 2 communist-themed food trucks in Seattle, Washington.
How did they do that?
I don't know. But, like, the beer was free, the food was free, the donuts were free.
Nice.
And so me and Darren...
Did you have a Hot Revolution donut?
I had a lot of them, actually.
Were they hot?
They were fresh out of the grease. They were like little mini donuts.
Yeah.
But they had cinnamon powdered and glazed with maple and bacon.
Oh wow, that does sound pretty like I would die.
Yeah, like my favorite ones were the powder ones though, because when they put the powder on them, they leave like a clump of the powder in the donut hole. Oh, so good. That was the highlight of my...
Jason's highlight of PAX was the food, not the video games.
Hey, dude, that food was free and it was good. Shout-outs to the People's Burger. They make one hell of a fucking hamburger.
Sounds like it. So, we're back from PAX. We're back from math. We have lots of things going on in our lives. Content update on the channel has been kind of slow lately, I gotta say. I
don't know what happened there.
I've got one up. I started school and you went to PAX. It's like we have jobs or something.
Yeah, no shit. Who does that?
I have another episode of Mega Man that's going to be going up soon, but it is the last thing. Oh,
fantastic.
It is the last thing that we've recorded. So
we have all the Earthbound and stuff up?
Yeah, well, Yeah, the Earthbound we're done. We're caught up.
Oh, okay. I couldn't even remember.
Yeah.
It's been so long.
So we're actually overdue to have another recording session. I'm actually really excited to get back in the throw of it.
I am too. I miss doing it. Like, one of the ideas we bounced around on our stream, because we get more traffic on our stream than we do on
YouTube.
And I really want to do live recording, so the people who are, I hate to say this, people who are supporting us the most and showing up the most, they get to see the content first.
Yeah.
And if you want to see it before it's on YouTube, you should head over to twitch.tv/thebottomtier.
Yeah, you should.
So we do fun stuff there.
Yes, we do. I did a fun thing once.
I've heard that's awful.
A lot of people don't know this.
I actually did not.
They don't know this about me. But I don't know what you heard about me, Jason.
I was just gonna go there.
But I'm a motherfucking PIMP.
I was just about to go there. Well done.
So this is the segment of the show. Ding, ding, ding. I'll put in a wrestling bell sound effect.
Fantastic.
It's time to talk about wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling.
Yay.
I am almost sick to death of goddamn wrestling.
Oh, why? I'm not.
I metaphorically, like, I love wrestling, but I spend, like, SummerSlam week.
Well, that's
how many hours?
SummerSlam only just ended this morning, so, like, you...
How many hours of wrestling did we watch that week?
Christ in a bucket. Well,
it was, 7 hours on SummerSlam?
Well, no, SummerSlam was 42 hours. SummerSlam...
Raw felt like 7.
SummerSlam just ended at 9 a.m. this morning. So, that was,
a million hours?
A week and a half. I'm just gonna Mobius strip. That's just my answer of how many hours of wrestling content we watched that week. This week was much shorter.
But we had Backlash.
I have a really important question. Raw is 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna channel a great philosopher, a great wise person of the generation that came before us. When I say, why the fuck does it need a pre-show?
I never watched the Raw pre-show.
So
I barely know it exists.
I had to channel beloved comedian Lewis Black to ask why this fucking God and Raw's good lately.
It's better than it's been in a very long time.
It'd be better if it were 2 hours long.
I can agree with that.
They cut it.
I like the concept of 3 hours.
And I'm sick of seeing Sheamus and Cesaro.
I don't know what they were thinking with that best of 7.
I want to see Cesaro do other things that matter. Sheamus doesn't matter. I don't want to see
chase
Sheamus.
A belt or like. I don't think Sheamus is bad. He's just
boring.
Like
uninteresting. Irish.
I don't think that's a negative.
It's not a negative, but it is something he is. Like
it is. I don't know how I feel. I kind of like him as a heel, though. Like heels aren't supposed to always be super entertaining.
I don't want to see him wrestle Cesaro 7 times.
That I definitely agree with you with.
I don't want it. I don't.
You know, one of my favorite wrestling things lately has not been WWE.
It's been WCPW.
It has. I don't know if you've been keeping up.
I haven't. I haven't watched it at all since the first episode.
You really owe it to yourself to do so. Because while it's a smaller crowd, because it's like an indie fed, they put on a hell of a show. They've had Eric Bischoff as guest GM. They have the Kurt Angle Invitational. Bret Hart is going to be there. They recently signed Alberto Del Rio. Or Alberto El Patron, rather. Alberto the Boss.
Yeah.
They've done a lot with what they have, and it's really... Not to plug a channel that's not us, but the WCPW channel really is very good. Oh, there's also Delete and Decay. That happened.
I didn't watch that either yet.
You have a lot of watching to do, my friend.
I do. You have so many more things than martial arts to teach me. My favorite wrestling thing going on right now is the Cruiserweight Classic.
Oh, it's so good.
It ends this week, actually, and I'm excited for the 2-hour special for the conclusion.
I just want to see which cruiserweights make it to Raw.
Well, the Grand Metalik has been signed.
Him and, Kota Ibushi?
Kota Ibushi got signed?
I think they got signed at the same time.
Fantastic. They're up in the air on Zack Sabre Jr. because he's got business to finish, but they want him, so, like...
He's so damn talented.
Yeah. We'll have to see where that goes.
He wrestled in WCPW also, I believe.
I believe he did. Oh, shit. So, started playing WoW again.
I did as well.
And I gotta say, I'm really pleased with the way that the new expansion is, Legion.
It's so much better than the 2.5 years of Warlords.
It's a lot of fun. Like, I find myself wanting to get on in Quest or do my professions. I love the changes they made to professions, so now there's no level restriction. Like, if you see a profession thing that is your profession, you can interact with it. But how good you are at your profession details what you get from it. I
still kind of hate professions.
You'll still get the skill points, but what loot you'll get from the node, as it were, is dictated by what your skill level is, and it's all useful shit. Even if it's way out of your league, you'll still get nuggets of whatever. Like if it's like an ore, you'll still get nuggets, and you can assemble 10 nuggets into an ore. So it makes it slower, but you still get the benefit of the skill up. So like,
No, go ahead.
I genuinely like that. I love the story-driven content. The class halls are really cool.
The lore, they're finally covering more of the lore.
And they're finally doing it in a way that's not time travel.
Speaking of professions, one of the things I really, really like about professions right now is, like, besides having multiple people able to farm a node, I don't know if you've encountered them yet, there are upgrades you can get to your farming professions like mining and herbalism. Like if you're farming a type of plant, you'll get like a little quest, and you can go back to one of your trainers and you either have to do another little quest or they just upgrade your herbalism or your mining or something, so that type of thing that you were farming, you farm it faster now. Like, you can get skill upgrades to mining. It's not just mine. Oh, and you can smelt ore. Ding.
Ding.
I love the lore. I hate Suramar. You won't hate that till you hit 110. It's great, but oh, it's so tedious. I still think Death Knights have the best class hall.
Yeah, well, they do and they don't. I love being in the heart of Azeroth.
I have a death gate to Shadowtown. You don't.
I don't need to go to Shadowtown because I'm not a grimdark McEdgy fuckhat.
Yeah, but you still have to go back to Dalaran.
Yeah, that's true.
I go, fuck the police.
I can walk through like a weaver, navigates the intricate threads and interconnections of a tapestry or a piece of clothing or a fine piece of woven artwork. Okay? I can navigate the threads that tie every point in the universe together through astral walking. But I can't fucking get back to my class hall!
I was gonna say...
Sorry, I don't know where that came from. I still got a little bit of Lewis in my lungs, but like, it just...
That
makes me so mad.
Sounds really, really awkward.
I do. Well, sometimes it's like pneumonia.
All right, Alanis Morissette, chill the fuck out.
It's like, I don't get that joke. It's like pneumonia.
I'll explain off camera.
It's like pneumonia, but it's rage. It's like just concentrated rage. It gets down in your lungs and makes you scream.
Fair enough. I dislike that the priest class hall you can't mount in.
I do not know the priest class hall, so
It's the Netherlight Temple.
I don't play stupid classes, so I don't know.
I will fight
Jason
you,
gets
motherfucker.
Immediately.
I will fight you. But I mean, it's okay if you like shitty classes because I have a Death Knight. 1v1 be better.
I was gonna say you can't say Shaman's a shitty class because you play one.
Enhancement's so stupid.
Enhancement shamans are so broken right now.
It's so
I don't want to
powerful.
say that on the podcast on the off chance that like someone at Blizzard stumbles on
nerfs them into a crater. But they're
You remember that crater they threw Thrall down?
That's where the rest of the shamans are going.
Y'all gonna go in after him.
Like Eric said when we were leveling yesterday, that Shaman enhancement is so strong he considered not playing Viral.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and it takes a lot to take Eric away from Viral.
From his rep pally.
I just want to say, first week of weed being legal in Oregon, like completely legal, dispensaries pulled in $11 million in tax revenue.
Just say in North Carolina,
and
you might want to step it up.
They're introducing a 25% tax on it, like where 25% of the purchase goes to
like the schools and roads and
like
etc.
Part of that tax is going to go to schools, and then the other part's going to go to public health care.
Like Colorado and Washington State pulled in so much money.
Colorado only pulled in $5 million in their first, I don't remember if it was
couple of hours,
week or year, but in the same period of time, Colorado only pulled $5 million, and it might be $11 million a year. Might not be the first week. I don't know why I saw the word week. Might be first year. I don't know.
They made a lot more money.
I don't know how long it's been
if
legal there. But that's super cool as well. Love the new WoW expansion. Really glad that is a thing that exists. It finally pulled me back into the game. Cataclysm got me out of the game.
Cataclysm made you want to cry and quit the game. And
then Mists of Pandaria didn't keep me. Warlords of Draenor didn't even make me think about it.
Even monks didn't keep Colton for Pandaria, and that's his favorite thing.
Colton, whose love of martial arts is well documented,
could not be bothered to come back for monk.
No.
Well, you came back for a little while.
Yeah, it couldn't keep me because
it couldn't keep you.
Monks were poop when they came out.
I have like 10 level 100s right now. I feel like by the time I try to level them all, I'm gonna cry.
Probably.
So what I will probably do, Colton, is I will level one of my characters with you. When you get to like another zone or something, or I'll catch one up.
When I'm not doing that long ass zone that you just did.
Yeah. Because I'm leveling my priest with Eric. If you catch up to us, you get to the zone we're at, you are more than welcome to go.
Yeah.
I've got my Death Knight at 110, because they're my main right now. Because, oh my god, it's so fucking stupid. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what I want to level next.
Something fun.
Most of them are fun. I think I might go for my mage next, because while Eric brought up a good point, because while I think all the mage artifacts are stupid.
Yeah, well, I mean,
the fire mage one, the spec I am right now, is Kael'thas's sword.
Why?
Because Kael'thas Sunstrider, the fiery blood elf mage that kind of fucked everyone.
Yeah.
It's an important, lore piece. And Kael'thas is one of my favorite lore characters. I just really wanted the legendary for mages from Vanilla. The staff I'll never have, and it will haunt my nightmares until the day I die.
Yeah. Well, it should.
But the long and the short is, Warlords is fun. We might start streaming it, maybe.
Yeah, start streaming,
questing Legion, or doing dungeons and shit, but why the fuck not?
Sure, that might be something our audience might be into. And that is gonna about do it here for literally the worst podcast ever, episode 3. We want to take a moment to fuck the English language right in its eye socket.
You did it. Congrats.
Yeah. So, we want to take a moment to thank our sponsors, MMOHuts.com, OnRPG.com. Thank you guys.
They're wonderful people to keep giving us money.
Follow us at _tier on Twitter. You can follow us at me at that one loud guy on Twitter, Jason at Ishijulu on Twitter. Those will be links down in the descriptions. You can also check out our content right here on YouTube. To the right of your screen, you'll see our related videos where you can check out our fun Let's Plays.
They're awesome. Watch all of them.
Yes, past replays. Except for the ones where I lose, like Power Rangers. Don't watch that one.
Click like on that one.
No,
definitely.
Don't. Thumbs down that video. That's the only one you should thumbs down. And you can watch all of our replays from our streams, all of our most important streams. We have replays right here on YouTube as well. And we will see you right here next time
on Bottom Tier.